Did you know that with the German home loan, you might not have to pay interest on your entire loan amount right away? This feature is called Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit. It could save you thousands, especially if you're building a home or purchasing a large property. In today's video, I'll explain how it works and how you can take advantage of it during your home loan financing journey. Hello and welcome to Ghar in Germany. I'm Ajay and today we're diving into an important aspect of German home loans called Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit. This is a term you might come across when taking out a mortgage, especially if you're involved in a construction project or a big real estate purchase. Knowing what it means and how it affects your loan can save you a lot of money and stress. So let's get into the details. Here are the key topics we'll cover in this video. What are Bereitstellungszinsen? What is the Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit? How long does this interest-free period last? Why is it important for buyers? What happens after the period ends? And can you negotiate more Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit? First, let's talk about Bereitstellungszinsen. This term refers to the commitment fee or standby interest that your lender, your bank, charges on the portion of your loan that has been approved, reserved, but not yet disbursed. Essentially, the bank is holding money for you, and while it's waiting to be used, they charge a small fee as a compensation. Typically, this ranges between 0.15 and 0.3% per month, which adds up to around 3%, 3.5% per year. Now, the Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit is the period where you don't have to worry about these standby interest charges. This is an interest-free window where no Bereitstellungszinsen fees are applied to the unused portion of your loan. It's especially useful in scenarios like construction financing, where you might not need all the funds at once, but gradually as a project progresses. The builder would send you an invoice, you send the invoice to the bank disperses the amount, the loan. Typically, this interest-free period lasts between 2 to 12 months, depending on the bank and the loan agreement. Some banks even offer extended periods up to 18, 24, or even 36 months. Especially for larger construction projects, this might make sense. However, keep in mind that longer interest-free periods might come with a condition such as slightly higher interest rate once that period ends. If you're constructing a home, for example, the project could take several months or even years. During this time, you don't need the full loan amount right away. The Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit reduces financial pressure by delaying standby interest charges until you need the funds. It gives you a bit of breathing room, so you don't pay for money you haven't used yet. After the interest-free period expires, the standby interest or Bereitstellungszinsen kicks in on the portion of your loan that remains unused. The more money that's left undrawn and undisbursed, the higher the standby interest charges will be. This is why it's important to plan your project timeline so that the funds are drawn before the Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit ends. Now here's something important. You can negotiate with your bank to extend the Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit. If you anticipate a longer construction period or a delay in accessing the full loan, it's worth discussing this with your bank. However, there could be trade-offs such as slightly higher interest rates once the period ends or other loan conditions. Hence, we as home loan consultants, we always ask for the timeline of the construction, which typically is also entered into your purchase agreement. Right? Based on the completion rate, we adapt the Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit to accommodate a lower interest but still a longer Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit. Let's take a quick example. Suppose you take out a €300,000 loan for a construction project, but during the first 6 months you only need €100,000 for initial groundwork. In this case, during the 12-month Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit, you won't pay interest on the remaining €200,000 which you have not used yet. You will be paying interest on the €100K you already did. But once the interest-free period ends, You start paying Bereitstellungszinsen on the undrawn amount if you haven't accessed those funds by then. So let's say 3% a year on the 200,000 which you have not used. Understanding Bereitstellungszinsfreie Zeit is critical when planning your home construction or property purchase. It gives you flexibility and reduces costs early on, but it's essential to manage the timeline of your project carefully to avoid unnecessary interest charges. If you're planning to take a home loan or construction financing, make sure you understand how long your interest-free period is and negotiate for more time if needed. Of course, we'll be able to support you along the way. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on property financing and home ownership here in Germany. Also, feel free to drop any questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them as soon as I can. See you in the next video.